You make your way toward her house. Knock, knock, knock. Anxiously on the door. Oh, it opens.
It's concerning.
I didn't like that.
I don't like it either.
I found a Gretchen house all the way in the background.
Yep.
And so back there.
It is.
The interior is cold, and not just physically.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. There's an absence of joy in life that leaves only a chill behind. The chill of an empty house and a sombering dread that comes with the knowledge that your search won't end here.
It's sobering, but okay.
I mean, sombering works too. Because it's a somber mood. My brain auto-corrected to have an M in there.
Sure did.
But us knowing that our search won't end here means she's not dead in her house.
Yeah.
For the life of you, you can't remember if Stella closed the door behind her when the two of you left for the library yesterday morning. I mean, that would be an answer to the question. Kanika's just like, I don't want to go in. I'm just gonna come back over here. I don't sense anything supernatural here, but I don't like the look of this. We ate breakfast here yesterday morning, but I can't remember if she closed the door. She must have, right? She's dead. Stella died and it's all my fault.
It's a little dramatic.
A little bit. I read foam somehow. Around here, is it normal for people to just leave their doors open? Okay. Or just go in.
Actually kind of like the mystical one.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. We should go in, ... right? Yes.
Yeah, we should go in.
Why is it so dusty? Wasn't it
That's weird.
Wasn't it dusty in Rosalina's house? If you can remember.
I think so.
I think it was randomly dusty. The living
Could
room
just be a design choice.
I mean, true. I just don't remember it being there last time.
There.
That was the reason why I made the conclusion, because I didn't remember it being dusty.
Yeah.
Though there was probably a Stella in the way, so.
It's somewhere, probably.
Somewhere. And you saw it. It looks basically the exact same as yesterday.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Well, I mean, is this north? Because if it's not, then that makes sense. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room, no blood, or I wanted to say vice versa, but I don't know what viscera.
Viscera.
What is viscera?
Like guts and stuff.
Gore, basically.
Gore, yeah.
Okay. Not even a tipped over lamp. That's good. Kitchen or her room? Kitchen first, because it's right next to us?
Yeah.
But looks the same as last time. I mean, except you left the bread open. Your poor bread, it's gonna be gross. Stella's kitchen is messier than she left it yesterday. A couple of cabinets are hanging open and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. That sounds like she was in the middle of things.
Yeah.
I mean, because we made breakfast, which would have used that, right? Or no, we did biscuits.
We made biscuits.
So the bread makes no sense. Okay. That was not tied to us. Okay. Someone was here after Stella and I left yesterday. We didn't leave the kitchen like this. I mean, it could have been Stella.
Yeah.
It could have been Stella that came back.
We're just saying someone.
Yeah. I'm just saying. It just sounds... it being phrased as such makes it sound like we're saying that someone who is neither of us have been here.
Yeah.
We didn't leave it like this. Maybe she came home last night, had a butter sandwich, and left, and just didn't feel like putting stuff away. Still, that leaves us with more questions than we started with. If she came home last night, why isn't she here now? And why haven't we been able to get in touch with her? Go to Stella's room.
Let's go to her room.
Okay, the dog bed looked like intestines. You make your way down the hall to what you assume is Stella's room, because apparently we'd never been in there before. She's got a little dresser in her dresser, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's actually pretty standard
Is
for
it?
wardrobes.
Having a little dresser for like socks and stuff in your wardrobe?
Yep.
I guess I've never had a wardrobe
I
before.
want her plushie.
The little bat one?
That's not a bat, that's Mothman.
Oh, Mothman? I wasn't sure. I figured it looked familiar, but it was something that I didn't really know, because Mothman is not familiar to me. Like, it's something I know of, but not know, you know?
She's a cryptid person.
So it makes sense that you would know. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
With all of the...
Oh, look at the little Gretchen plushie off to the left.
Oh, she's so cute with her broken arms.
Yeah.
I guess I'll look around some more. We got another puppy. We got
Her
some
computer's
scandalous
on.
pinups. Oh.
Yeah. Her computer's on.
Potentially. I mean, but that could just be the idle light. I turned off my computer's idle light because I don't want it. It's bright.
Yeah, I had to turn mine off too because my computer just kept,
Turning on.
turning on after I turned it to sleep. So,
She's not here. You are correct.
well, no shit.
But there's at least no blood on the floor.
Yeah.
Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates with someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There are no signs of violence. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Jennifer type of messy.
Though I will say that if I lived here, I would have something over this window. I do not want it open
Oh,
at all
shit.
times.
Okay.
That is creepy. So check your computer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Excuse me, she's currently MIA. I would like to know.
Yeah.
What if there's a clue and we miss it? What if we don't find Stella and it's because we didn't snoop on her computer?
Gaming logic.
If Stella didn't want us to snoop, we shouldn't have gone missing. She shouldn't have gone missing. I don't make the rule. I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, but what if she's been gossiping about us to her online friends? Look, I know it's an invasion of privacy, but we've got to do whatever we can to find her. Let's see if it's password protected before we make a fuss about it. If there isn't a password, it's almost like she wants us to snoop.
Oh my god.
I mean, I was going to agree. You had me in the first half. But then as soon as we got to the last part.
Yeah.
You're no fun, but fine. No.
Let's go with the one that you want.
Which, did we like the,
She
I
should
don't
have
make
gone
the rules.
missing. I don't
if she
make the
didn't want us to
rules.
snoop, she shouldn't have gone missing. I don't make the rules. Okay, look, maybe there's something helpful on there, but this is still way out of my comfort zone. It's fine, I'll be the one snooping. It's fine, I won't open the diary.exe. Don't worry. I'll just be over here
I'll
standing
clear
in the
her
corner.
browsing history while we're here too.
I'll just be standing in the corner, not looking over your shoulder. Okay. Please don't, go digging through her personal files. Who do you think we are? You've known us for 4 days. Have more faith in us. But also let me know if you find anything important. She's so conflicted. Or cool. That looks interesting. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on her monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. I love
The
that
fuck is that picture on the left?
she's got a cool S, something about a tent, a fucking dragon, triangles. Is this
Gretchen and a person.
is this like
I don't know who
Oscar
the
and
person
Gretchen?
is. Maybe? I don't know.
I love how Gretchen's like, yay! Oh wait, maybe this is Gretchen and Santa.
Gretchen and Santa. I also like that the sticky note over her webcam says, "Nice try, Mr. FBI."
I don't know what I expected to see here, but it definitely wasn't this. How does she ever get anything done? I thought you said you weren't going to be looking over my shoulder. Also, I just want to point out that she's got about 70 tabs open right now.
My God, she's like you.
But the difference is that she's got all of her tabs small. I want to see what I'm looking at. I make it full screen.
Check her open tabs.
I mean, open tabs could have been opened for the past 3 years. Do we want to look at her history to see what she was actually looking at recently?
There are Explorer options, so hopefully we can do both.
Yeah, I'm gonna do history first, because as someone who has 80 tabs open, you check her search history. She hasn't visited any websites since Tuesday night, so she wasn't on her computer at all yesterday, because we made biscuits and left. If she came home after last night, she did not touch her computer. And that was the main thing I was curious about. Her search history is almost entirely work-related, a furious series of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of ditchlings. I don't know why, but this section, that was some sentences that I couldn't quite.
Various series of queries for various monsters and cryptids. It's because there's an alliteration in it with the end S's.
There's a lot of... Yeah, I didn't realize until you were saying it, because I was like, what was the issue? Oh yeah, they all end in S.
Yeah, it's alliteration.
Well, that's that. Okay, now I guess check or open tabs, just cuz?
Yeah.
It would take you all day to count her number of open tabs. So numerous are her tabs that you can't see a single icon. And hey, I at least put them in like categorized thing. Like, so all of these tabs are YouTube, all of these tabs are this. You know, it's not all of these are all of these.
Yeah.
A sea of rounded featureless triangles. My lord. Her most recently opened tab is on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. Meanwhile, somebody's just gonna like sharpen this and be like, okay, I'm gonna go to this website.
Yeah.
But anywho, chocolate.org. Sounds good. In a post, the post in question is titled "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Is she the one who made the post? Hidden Appalachia. I wanted to read alpaca, and I realized there was more to it. Hey everyone, was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day, and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged.
Ride a Bigfoot.
Clean footage in some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom. The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. I thought you were legit. You do realize that all of these cryptids had to be discovered by somebody at some point. So at some point, all of the ones that you know of never existed. Oh, God. Guys, since when did high-quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Thank you, lucky stars.
Whoever you are.
Whoever you are. Shout out to you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Smacked my fob forgetting that I was using it. Since every low-budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell ARG. What's ARG mean again? A romantic gorilla?
Alternative reality game.
And that makes sense. I'm serious, says Stella. I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at this nest. They've been doing something to the animals in town. Oh, so we totally went and looked, apparently? I couldn't remember what we ended up doing.
Yeah, we saw it because that's how we saw the chicken.
Well, yeah, but I meant like I wasn't sure if because I was thinking that the only time that we'd actually seen the nest, or at least I was thinking the nest, maybe that's not the word that they're using, was like when Gretchen got snatched and we went to try and find her, and she was down in the
No, because
pit.
we did go find it. We went and saw the pit somewhere else first.
Okay.
As well.
Maybe I'm just misremembering. It's hard to remember when we did multiple options.
Yeah.
And they're apparently some sort of a bad omen, like Mothman. Mothstan. Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. I believe you, says Lucky Stars. Thank you. Ugh, Lucky, you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertaining, it's not scientists. Gary, you have too many numbers for me to take you seriously.
Yeah.
The thread continues into the next day. Hey, okay, so 1, this isn't an ARG and I would never, and 2, you're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to get on tape. There's a link to an audio file. Tommy knockers real.wav.
It's a wave file.
I know, but I wanted to pronounce it as wav instead of wave. There's no E.
Gary, what are you doing here? Just being a troll.
Just because you put the word real in the file name doesn't mean the real. I mean, technically you are correct, however, comma. 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights. This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into the River Runner hype. You're so full of it. Hey, why don't you come to Scarlet Hollow, mister? I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
YouTubers. I really wanted to read you YouTubers, but there's only one you there. Are always going to sell out big indie horror. This is kidnapped by aliens all over again. Also, LOL, doughy white things and now loud popping noises. I mean, I wouldn't call it popping, but okay. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her. I'm gonna call the mods. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban for Uncle Carl. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. The thread ends. Well, we can thank our lucky stars that there was at least one person that believed us.
Yeah.
I say with pun.
Okay, I think we've seen enough.
Thank God. I love seeing someone's room before they've had a chance to clean up for company. It's like a neat little snapshot, you know? They sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? No.
It sure looks like a room.
I like that one.
It sounds like something you'd say.
They sure be a room. Yeah, nothing much to comment on. This is what her room's been like pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is that the computer there is getting a lot fancier. You know? The same could be said of me, Bailey. The same could be said of me.
Right.
My room looks pretty much the same. It's gotten rearranged a couple times, but it's pretty much the same, except my computer has certainly upgraded from a laptop to a desktop.
Yeah.
And originally I didn't even have a computer. She doesn't, she still does those cork board with string things. The whatever that meme is. I don't know what name people call that meme. You know it though? The one with the guy that's like pointing to the strings.
Oh yeah.
I think the caption is normally aliens, but I don't remember.
It depends.
I mean, I'm sure that the word is vastly different all the time, but I can't remember what is that from The Office?
No, it's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, is that what it's from? I never really watched either, so I couldn't tell you.
I only know that because of the guy who just who's in the picture.
I don't think they actually mean anything. They're more for decoration anyway. Okay, I don't think we're gonna find much else here. Or we just leave.
Let's move on.
Still Life? That's an interesting achievement name.
Are you looking at?
There was an achievement that was called Still Life, and I thought that was a interesting name
okay.
for an achievement. Alright, but anywho, she probably came home last night and left the door open for some goddamn reason and left. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. You know, I'm curious,
Stella,
about that. Like, why would she exactly have left? Like, somebody must have come by and either snatched her or convinced her to leave.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure who that would be.
I mean, Gretchen's not even here.
Well, yeah, but it's not uncommon for her to have taken the dog, or if Stella was snatched, for Gretchen to run after them.
True.
I don't see Gretchen staying behind.
No, I don't either.
So where to next? I mean, technically we could go to the diner and ask if they had seen her, because maybe she came in like for an early breakfast or something.
True, we could go ask.
We want to go to the diner real quick?
Yeah.
Let's check out the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. That was my thought. And maybe we'll run into someone who's seen her. Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, there's Avery. And then all of the dejected miners. I guess we could ask the miners, who are apparently doing a strike all of a sudden. I feel like they should do the strike.
Why are they doing a strike?
I feel like they should do the strike after they get the girls out of the mine.
Yeah.
It feels like you've walked into a private meeting. The back booth is full of miners, and they're having what seems to be an intense discussion. Their expressions are gravely serious. You know?
Girl's dead.
You know? I mean, or presumably the girls are still trapped, and they've chosen instead to try and get them out to go on strike. Like, how is that gonna help? It's not like it was Tabitha's fault that people were sneaking in unbeknownst to her. Hey, it's Mabel and Kanika. Long time no see. Hope the town has been treating you well. Well, not really.
Nope, it sure hasn't.
Are we interrupting something? Of course not. Everyone's welcome here. Just be careful not to step on any toes. Things have gotten a little tense over the past couple days. The miners in the back were too engaged in conversation to notice that we entered, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, they argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. That works. Now we can eavesdrop real easy.
Yep.
Sure, the shift schedules are tough, and sure, we don't get enough time for me to see my family as often as I'd like. But this is the best job I can get right now. Listen, kid, you're only a year or so into this gig. Trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. I assume Bailey can still hear me. She ran away. But Bailey? Oh. Guy tripped over a cord grabbing your space heater. Now Discord broke, but stream still works, so what the hell? I don't know, Bailey, what'd you do?
Regardless, I did not intend for that to go as poorly as it did.
You know, I feel like that happens with you though, Bailey.
Also, why am I so zoomed in?
Oh, it's because I clicked that button on accident. Alright, so at first you're just unhappy, but you think you can weather it till you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck, I get it. But the next thing you know, you lost years off your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you, that used up every free second it can to suck the life out of its workers, and it pays just enough for you to survive, but not so much so you can ever save up enough to get the hell out. You know? I always take these words to heart. So when I'm like, I don't like working here, I'm going to just leave.
Same. Also, those 3 in the back corner are the ones we talked to trying to figure out about Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah, this is we got Zach's, what was it, Henrik's, and I think that was the lady. What was this one?
I don't remember.
No, not that one. What's the Harrison? That was the lady's name. Yeah, I don't know what the other guy's name is yet. Okay. Return, please. Zach, so we could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. My sister needs the paycheck. I'm the only reason she can afford her tuition right now. I can't get fired. I mean, I don't know what your sister, like what college your sister's at, but like either, I don't know. There's options. There's options.
It could be a private school being the only place in town, and she's the only provider.
Oh, okay.
In the family.
Because I was just like, at least with college, you know, you can get a loan or something.
Yeah.
I mean, unless the loan doesn't cover it, I don't know, but and this job still has its perks, like the company housing. I can't afford my own place and send money back home. I don't know where I would live if I didn't have this job. Right, the company housing. How generous of the big boss to put you up in a company-owned shack that hadn't had proper maintenance done in decades. You know she uses that housing as an excuse to pay us less. And the company housing, that means also nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. It's why the Scarlets can keep getting away with whatever they want. I mean, no one's forcing you to live there.
Well, they can't afford to live anywhere else. So technically it's their only option.
They could be a bum. They could live outside.
They don't want to, Jennifer.
Hey, I'm saying you have a choice. You don't have to live in the company-owned shack. You could live in the unmaintained wilderness. If you really wanted to, you could.
And then get killed by ditchling? Sure.
Yes, but up until like 3 days ago, as far as I'm aware, those weren't here.
Yeah.
They didn't have to worry about that, as far as I'm aware, up until recently. I mean, I don't know if they have any hobo policies, but they could always just, you know, sleep out front the town hall.
Or the ghost, they could have slept in town hall.
You know, they won't have to worry about a whole lot if they give up their life to the ghost.
Yeah.
Zax, we don't have the numbers, man. You know this is risky. Riskier than most of us can afford, says Baker. We would have the numbers if y'all would stand with me and not let management's scare tactics get you. Hell, there was a collapse less than 2 days ago, and the boss expects us not to riot at the thought of being forced back down there to work while the threat of death looms over our heads. That you're not being told to go into that mine. You're trying to rescue people from an abandoned mine, and then once you go back to work, you will not be in that mine. You know? But I'm just saying, I feel like they need to. Mr. Zax needs to get it in his brain that they're not. When they go back to work, it's not the abandoned one that no one was supposed to be in. It'll be the one that they were supposed to be in the whole time. The threats only work if we let them. It doesn't matter whose name is on the deed for the place. Without us, there's no mine. We've got them against the ropes. We can't back down now or they'll come out swinging. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. Weigh in on their situation. So about the strike.
I really just want to get to the point with Stella because she's our priority right now.
I think I want to see what they say about Stella, but then I'm curious what our perspective is on the situation. Yeah. She's missing. As they all look over, the miners turn towards the doorway, all eyes glaring at us. The YouTuber? Yes, we ain't seen her. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. I hope she's okay. Oh, Harrison, you're a nice lady.
Are you Lucky Star?
I doubt it. I don't think our lucky star is this close to home.
Fair.
She hasn't been around, but I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you, Avery.
I mean, I guess I wasn't even thinking about it, but it is good that now we have another 2, 4, 6 people on the lookout for her.
Yeah.
So that's good. Do we want to weigh in on the situation?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, what is our thoughts? Everyone should join the strike. Unite with your fellow workers. Screw my cousin.
Screw my cousin.
Don't pressure people's acts. If they don't want to strike, they don't have to. Or return without weighing in because we didn't like our options.
Screw my cousin.
Well, I mean, but my question is because we're trying to say, like, screw the bad wages and screw working in the mine, but I'm trying to confirm whether or not we're saying stop looking for the girls that are trapped in the mine. Has that been done yet? Is your strike affecting that? Because if your strike is affecting that, then I'm concerned.
I don't know.
Because as far as I'm aware, we haven't heard any updates on it. So
True.
I mean, do we want to just say screw my cousin regardless? But
yeah, screw my cousin.
Okay.
I know some fans would love to do that.
But also, one other thing, it's not necessarily our cousin's fault because up until recently it was her mother that was dealing with everything, and she's just been thrown to the wolves, basically. So really, it's screw the person who already died, not screw my cousin. She's just trying to run business as usual because she's literally just gotten it. Yeah. Everyone should join the strike. Unite with your fellow workers. Screw my cousin. Hey, this is a private conversation. Not really. You're in the middle of a diner talking loudly. But you're right. Even if you're the boss's cousin, and I don't trust you as far as I can throw you, and I'm pretty weak, this strike is only going to work if we all stand together. What do you say, you two? I'll have to call my family and see what they say. I mean, I understand you have other things that you need to worry about. Baker, I'll have to think on it. So about the strike.
We've already weighed in on the strike, it's fine.
Basically, yeah.
I guess we should get going because catching up with Avery isn't going to do us any good.
Since we don't care about Avery.
And finding Stella.
Avery is basically just side character C that we don't talk to.
Avery's a nice person, but they're not important at the moment.
Yeah, they're not of concern. All right, let's get going. Oh, what's the buzz? Achievement unlocked. You turn around and leave the diner. Kanika trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. Well, yeah, I mean, we've only gone 2 places. I mean, technically, for all we know, she's at the general store looking for you. For all we know. Or somehow she was drawn back into the town hall, which I hope not, but for all we know. Do we want to call the useless cops just so that they know that she's missing?
Yeah.
Was that a nah or a yeah? Because I heard both at the same time.
It's a yeah. It's a why.
It sounded like a cat girl saying yeah, so it was a meow. We should call the cops, right? It's not a terrible idea. I don't think they'll do a whole lot, but we are dealing with a missing person, and that is literally their forte. Hopefully they don't give you a hard time. They've been a hard ass. Yes, they have. If the cat could stop fucking with my cord.
That is not what that sentence said, but cool.
I mean, that was the gist, though, of what it said.
Yeah.
I was paraphrasing. The police station is exactly what you'd expect from the town this size. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper. The general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much of anything done. I love that for us. And their stupid-ass bowling championship is up there. I assume Bo is here
There's a
asking if
picture
there's
of
any
someone
updates.
with their cat.
That's a true statement. And then person with a baby, whatever's happening. Can't really discern
I thought that
anything
was
else.
a dog, but okay.
Doesn't it look like the very vague outline of like a mother and her child?
It looks to me like a dog.
Well, we'll never know unless we ask Abby Howard. But you're also not alone here. You enter to find a worried Bo standing between you and the officers behind the desk. Let me get this right. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin? I mean, it is missing. It's a big old Betty. Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Sheriff Huggabee, sir. She was gonna be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me. And you're sure it was Julius and not some enterprising bear that got a hold of it?
Why would a bear eat a pumpkin?
And also, why would you call it an enterprising bear? That's such a weird adjective.
They saw the opportunity. Should be opportunistic, not enterprising.
That's true. Y'all know Julius thinks that land belongs to him. He probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know... Oh, is somebody else missing? So for all I know, he might be on his way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Ain't there something y'all can do about it? I'm afraid we'll need at least some kind of evidence to go on before we go barging into some man's home, son. Why don't you see if you can find something a little bit more solid for us to go on? Then we can help you out. I mean, I understand, but at the same time, it's not like y'all are busy doing anything else. Stella ran off last night and is missing. Bo, did you manage to find your dad? No, I'm not about to ask that. What's all this about a pumpkin? Weird question, but are you folks part of a cult? Is that why y'all aren't doing your jobs? Can y'all folks arrest a ghost? Maybe y'all do that for last.
Yeah.
So Stella.
Stella is the most important thing.
Exactly. And is still missing. She isn't at home and none of us have heard from her. She what now? Oh, that's just our Stella. Always running off. I wouldn't worry too much about it. She'll turn up. This is different, Earl. You know I wouldn't be up here bothering you guys if it wasn't important. And there are a lot of them things out there. Too many of them. Bo's right. She shouldn't be off on her own when there are so many ditchlings creeping around in the broad daylight. Okay, you're right. We're probably just overthinking things. Why did we come here? This is useless. First one.
The first one.
Ditchlings? Did you not hear us talk about that before? Oh no, I guess before when we talked to you about it was before we had talked to Sybil.
I guess, yeah.
Mapletop hit me about them yesterday. They're creepy little things, little Pillsbury doughboys. They're sticking outside trying to kill people. I called about them last night too, since they've been coming up out of the woods into our farm, and I even saw some of them on my way here, plain as day. We've been getting a lot of calls about those. Guess Scarlet Hollow has either been invaded by ghouls or we are all suffering from some mass kind of hallucination.
I think it's the first.
You know? I may have seen one or two myself. I would hope so. You got eyes. All the same, I don't see what we're supposed to do about them or about Stella. I mean,
Stella is a missing person. Can we gather like a search party?
I was gonna say with the ditchlings, I don't know what you would do about those.
Yes, I am perfectly on board with. I don't know what to do with the ditchlings, but there is something that can be done with Stella.
That's true, but I mean, with normal missing persons things, it
has to be 48 hours. Yeah,
the 48 hours thing. So they're probably going to uphold that both out of laziness and out of that's how life works.
Yeah. Also, I want to know whose cat that is.
Who's what? Who's Canada?
The picture of the cat.
Oh. She's a grown woman. If she wants to go off in the woods for a bit, we don't need to go after her. It's not like she missed curfew. It's a free country. That is a yes and no.
Fortunately correct.
If there are critters bothering folks and stealing livestock, ain't y'all supposed to be the ones to take care of them? Now, son, we ain't animal control, we're the police. Okay, where's animal control?
Where's animal control?
Do we have a humane society that we can, have them come and tranquilize all of the ditchlings and put them in a box?
Just put them in a box.
Well, I mean, they can't just take it to the Humane Society and sell them like they're a dog or a cat.
Let's just put all the ditchlings in a singular box.
Yes. One very big box.
I wasn't thinking a big box. Just cram them in a normal-sized box.
And then we shove them in the oven and make biscuits.
Biscuits!
Because they're all pillsbury doughboys.
Sure they are.
Are you kidding me? This town doesn't even have an animal control department. Well, maybe we should get one. Okay. I'll see you in 12 years when you finally make one.
That seems to be the you problem, not us problem.
What do you want me to do? Walk around and get 5 signatures and So what's all this about a pumpkin, or do we want to just? I assume not ask about a cult.
No, that's just gonna piss him off.
Do we want to do the ghost?
Let's ask Bo about the
pumpkin? Or the dad?
The pumpkin. I do want to know if he was able to find his dad or not.
Do we want to do that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you manage to find your dad? Bo's stoic expression breaks for a moment, and you almost see tears forming in his eyes. But he blinks them away. I was thinking that he was going to say that he wiped them away. No, I ain't found him. Had to stop looking so I could stay home and guard the farm. There are more of those things every minute, seems like. Do you think they'll go back to where they came from soon?
I can only hope. Oh.
They will, once they've had their fill of suffering. I'm personally doing everything I can to send them packing. They'll leave once the coming disaster is finally struck. I know about as much as you. I'm sure they'll leave soon, buddy. Sybil says they don't hurt people, as long as you don't point a gun at them. I kind of like them. Halloween's in just a few days. It really helps set the mood.
They'll leave soon, buddy.
Oh, you want to do the buddy one? I was thinking it would just be once the coming disaster is finally struck, so that everyone is prepared for something to happen, because these guys don't know what ditchlings mean, really. But we kind of told Bo about it, but I don't know if we told the specifics of a disaster.
Yeah.
Do we want to do the disaster or the buddy?
You make a fair point. Yeah, do the disaster one.
Okay. It's like the diner thing, the more people that know about it.
Yeah.
Disaster? Why are you expecting some kind of disaster? You know something that you're not telling us? The ditchlings. It's just something my mom told us about those creatures. You know how she is with her ghost stories. The farmhouse has stood over 100 years. I don't think Ma and me will have much to worry about for any disaster. I just want these things to leave us alone. Pumpkin?
What's all this about a pumpkin?
It seems Bo here has misplaced a considerably large pumpkin. I don't know how you'd misplace a 500-pound pumpkin.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard a word I said? I didn't misplace Big Betty. She was stolen. And I know who done it, so I appreciate if y'all would give Mr. Termaine? My brain really wanted to say termite.
I mean, maybe he's a termite, who knows?
And the pumpkin is wood. Give him a visit and set things straight. And I'm telling you, we can't barge into your neighbor's house just because you want us to. Why do you think he stole it? Or why is it valuable?
Yeah. We know why the pumpkin's valuable.
Yeah. I mean, we did overhear why.
You want me to go over there and kick his ass for you?
I mean, you want me to just do that one? Because we know why he stole it.
No, I want to do the explorer.
Or we know why he thinks that he stole it. Because apparently he
still
thinks
wanna
that
do
that's
the
his
explorer
land
of that.
for some reason. But maybe it'll give us more explanation on it. It's
Yeah.
You're poking a wasp nest, Maple. There's 100 years of history here. He's been claiming Big Betty was his since day one on account that he thinks that it was planted on his side of the property. I mean, was it? You can follow the vines. The Callaways and termites have been at this a long time. They can never agree on whose land is whose. Okay. This ain't the first time we've heard something like this, and we get our fair share of calls from Julius Termine too. My opinion on this is, who planted the pumpkin? If Bo and his pop-op planted the pumpkin, then it's theirs. If Mr. Termite planted it, then it's his.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whose land it's whose. It's who put the seed in the ground.
Yeah.
And then want me to kick his
you
ass?
want me to go over there and kick his ass for you?
I don't even need to read the rest. That's what I want to say. I love how they all squint at me.
All the fucking looks.
Hey, I may
Look at everybody's faces, not just the police officers.
I may be an acorn, but calm down. I can handle myself. Watch it, Maple. If Julius Termite shows up tomorrow with a busted nose, we'll know it was you. I'm sure Maple just means it metaphorically, Dennis. A metaphorical broken nose.
I'm trying to break the tension, okay?
I'm trying to be nice. Since y'all don't want to go over there, I will go over there and politely kick his face in. But don't worry, I'll do it on his land.
Yeah.
Daddy always told me violence only makes more trouble. Well, he's the one who brought a gun to a ditchling fight, so...
He sure did.
It's better for me to come to the police when I have a problem with Julius, even if I don't think it makes a whole lot of fucking difference.
It doesn't, because these...
Weird question. Cult?
Can you folks arrest a ghost?
You know, if you were actually worried about your friend, we wouldn't be wasting our time with this sort of nonsense.
Have you ever heard of a joke, Derrickson?
Wait, I'm trying to decipher what exactly he was asking me right now.
He's not getting the joke.
No, but I mean...
He's taking you seriously.
But what if I am serious?
He's still a fucking skeptic dumbass who thinks you're mentally insane.
But I'm just saying, like, because there is a ghost that is doing some mental shenanigans. So, yes, I'm worried about my friend, but there is also a ghost that is invaded Town Hall. You know? The two don't really correlate. They're both things that you might be able to do something about, but also I'm just wanting to let you know that it exists.
Yeah.
Now,
Derrickson's just a...
Now, Deputy, this is an interesting question. I like the old man. If it's a guy in a mask, yes. I figure we can take care of it so long as he breaks the law. Well, what about making us go on like a weird acid trip? Does that count?
I guess.
But if we're talking about a manifestation of a deceased person, I am not sure if that is in our jurisdiction. See, I'm glad he answered the question. Thank you.
Sure did.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hugby.
Might be a more Pastor Daniel's wheelhouse. That is true. You know, maybe we should go by the church just for a second to let him know that there is a ghost. Now, why did you bring this up anyways? Well, you see. Just a hypothetical question. Kanika, we need to let people know not to go over there. I mean, I know we came up with the it's a gas leak thing, but come on. All right, let's just get going.
Yeah.
Well, no one can say we didn't try. Let's keep on going. Why won't they just do their jobs? Says the achievement.
Thank you, achievement, for pointing out the obvious. I love you.
Well, that was a waste of time. I mean, yes and no.
There was.
Yes and no. I hope Bo finds this pumpkin. Where to next? So we can go to Oscar and Rosalina, where we'll meet Tabitha. We could go to the mines. Interesting.
Let's go to.
We can go
Let's
to the.
go check on
We can go to the church.
the others. No,
You,
the Maxwell place.
you don't want to. I feel like I mean, I know it says explore, but it just feels like that would be. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's explore. So
Yeah.
it just seemed like that would be a big plot point, you know? But maybe not. Oh, maybe Tabitha's not there anymore. The old Maxwell place, so Tabitha put them in a broken down ruin that should have been bulldozed years ago. Your cousin's gonna get an earful the next time I see her. Well,
Please do.
Kanika storms off down the road and you follow close behind. You don't get far before the sound of growling and desperate hisses grab your attention.